This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Welcome to Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast for today. It's Tuesday, December 21st. In Canada, it should be a stat. It's the first day of winter. We dig today.
I dig today, yes.
What took
I'm
so
excited.
long? You love winter.
I do enjoy winter, yes.
I think the hours that we have doing morning show radio just means because it's so much colder and driving and scraping at 4 in the morning.
I don't even mind that, really. I honestly don't. The really crappy days where we've had 20 centimeters of snow, yes, I don't like going out first thing in the morning. But I don't know. I do. I like the changing of the seasons. It would be boring if we just had the same weather all year round.
I don't know how California stands it.
Or Florida, for that matter.
Florida.
I know. Like, come on.
Don't know how they stand
nice to visit.
it.
Do I want to live there? No. Not even a little bit. I like my winters, especially this time of year as Christmas is only a few days away. It's nice.
It's also the, darkest day of the year, shortest day of the year for daylight. Every day has 24 hours. But we mean the less amount of daylight, supposedly today. So after
today, though, we get more.
Starts going till we get to the
creep
middle
back
of
up.
June.
Exactly.
Glass half full.
Absolutely.
Positivity.
That's right.
Speaking of that on the podcast, as you know, in November, we raised money for local organizations with Burger Revolution. Mm-hmm. Got a very nice letter from the Royal Canadian Legion. Al Plume, the president, said, "Thank you for choosing the Legion as a partner. Contest created a buzz for our establishment. We really appreciate that. Donation from the sale of the burgers and matching funds will be used here, and visiting was a lot of fun." So they thanked us very much for including them in that. So
yes,
Al,
that was very nice.
Thank you for the letter.
And that was the point, to raise some awareness and hopefully encourage others to donate and make the effort. And
and feed a lot of people in November. We all had a lot of burgers.
Big bellies.
And then yesterday I got an amazing phone message left for me. And I think it was when I was actually recording yesterday's podcast, because you weren't here. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
And that Danny Nickel called.
Okay.
From P&G.
Oh,
and
yes.
when I was the honorary chair, Danny was the guy that worked for it. And I questioned in a podcast last week, and he said, I was listening to the podcast, and there was my name.
Procter & Gamble made a big announcement last week, helping out the United Way, which Danny, you dealt with, because Danny looked after all of that when you were part of the United Way. He was kind of the go-to person who looked after the fundraising, so your paths would always cross. And your question was, I wonder if Danny's still over there.
46 years that man has worked.
So he's still at Procter & Gamble?
46 years, and still helping out with the United Way.
That's
and
awesome.
Still in that phone call, he didn't tell me what he did for a living. I still don't know what he does there.
What he does other than fundraise for the United Way.
I'm going to say logistics maintenance. Doesn't that sound like it encompasses a lot of things?
Sure.
But he's worked there for 46 years.
That's incredible.
But it was so funny to hear from him. So, Danny, I know you're listening. Thank you
Danny.
for that. And whatever your job description is, it does not even come close to the value of the impact you do in that business and the community. Know that. Mm-hmm. So thank you for all and that the organization has done there. Coming up on the show, if you have delivery people that come to your door, thanks to the pandemic, they stop 2-3 times a week. They ask the delivery people what we, the parcel receiving public, should know, and they have 8 things, including stop asking me what's in the package. You ordered it. I don't know. How would I know?
Sometimes you do lose track. You lose track.
How would they know? I would be uncomfortable if a delivery driver did know what was in the package.
What are you ordering?
Yeah.
That you're not comfortable with them knowing.
No, it's just privacy, right? So you don't need to know I got another sweatshirt.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes we all need a reminder.
Okay.
But yes, I understand.
8 things.
It's interesting to hear the other 7 as well.
We'll have that coming up. Also on the show this morning, our Member of Parliament, Ryan Williams. Rookie's been there just a couple of months. Stopped by on the show to offer Christmas greetings. Member of Parliament Ryan Williams stops by. Thanks. Hey, are you used to that yet? Member of Parliament, that's sinking in?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not at all?
No, not at all. I'm just working for the common Common people.
Well, you are, and you're getting up and you're talking already. I was always the impression you had to wait like 4 or 6 months before they let you get up. You're wasting a little time making an impact in Ottawa.
That's right. You know what? If you just stand up, they'll let you speak, which is great. So it's working well. It's working well.
Thank you for stopping
yes,
by.
Thank you for these lovely early Christmas gifts.
Yes, well, that's complimentary of the House of Common boutique.
Oh,
so we have a boutique
nice
there,
and
so you can
cozy
get
scarf.
anything Parliament of Canada. You can get earrings, and you can get brooches
Really?
and pencils and
nice
calendars and underwear. You know, so we got you
Wow.
some scarves today, and Mark, we got you a nice pair of underwear. So
Yeah. It's actually a toque. I didn't go all the way to the bottom of
oh,
the bag.
that's a toque. Oh, I'm sorry. Ingrid, that's not what I ordered here.
Hey, what's your message as you're dropping stuff off of the holiday season for the riding?
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. You know, we know it's a tough time for a lot of people right now. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of uncertainty. You know, that we have inflation that's growing. We have housing. But we're here to fight for you and make sure that we make things better in 2022. And for everyone here, you know, spend your time with family safely as you can. Make sure you check in on your loved ones. Make sure that you're spending a lot of time with yourself and making sure you're looking after yourself as well. That's really important. So this is a great season, and it's also could be a tough one. But let's just make sure we remember the reason for the season and take care of one another. And to all of you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's.
We appreciate
Great.
it. And
Thanks
all the
so
best
much.
to you and your family. And good luck with everything in 2022.
Thank you very much.
And drop off gifts. Why do you think that this was underwear? It's a toque. It's clearly a toque. I think he put down on the list to get Mark underwear. And Ingrid actually then said, no, I don't want to have to think about that.
Do you
We're gonna get
really?
him a toque."
Okay. Honestly, do you think that's what he did?
Hey, I'm all for a good gag.
I think he was just pulling your leg.
If anybody in town deserves parliamentary underwear and can take a joke, it's me. That's what I think Ryan was thinking.
Really?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
I'm thinking. But you got
All
a
right.
beautiful scarf.
I
It's
did. It
very
was
nice.
very cozy. I'm very excited to wear it and wear it proudly. So thank you to MP Ryan Williams.
So thanks for that this morning. So here we go with the list of things that drivers, we spent some time on this morning, want you to know. Of the 8 things. And again, number 1 is don't ask us what's in the box. They said that the number 1 question that they receive in any given day is,
What's in the box?
what's in the box? You ordered it.
I don't know. They don't tell me that.
His or her job is just to drop it off. And as I said, I would be uncomfortable if they knew. Oh, no, it seems to be some sweats and a frilly thing for your wife. Oh, I don't want the fact that you know that. So I'm glad you don't know it. Don't hide or refuse to open the door when you see us coming because your package may require a signature. You require a signature.
I'm guilty of that, though.
Do you
I
really?
will see them pull up in the driveway and be like, "Oh, okay, it's just Amazon,"
Okay.
and or whoever, Pure
Right.
Lite or whatever, and I will go about my business and just ignore them. If there's a knock,
Yep.
I hear it, but I continue on. If there's a second knock,
Right.
then I know, okay, I better
Yeah.
go answer the door.
Yep.
Because I just think they're just letting me know it's
That's
there.
what they say.
Okay,
If,
we'll
if
just
we
go
knock
on.
or ring the doorbell, it's because we need a signature, and you're hiding and looking at us through the peephole. Doesn't
You're
make,
staring at them through the glass.
Doesn't make my day go any faster.
No,
You're
sorry.
not my only
Okay,
stop
so now,
today.
Now I will open the door.
Okay,
All
so
right.
they would appreciate that.
Okay.
If you ask nicely, we might hide your packages from your kids or even significant others,
And see, that's nice.
particularly around the holiday season.
Yes.
Or this is the other thing I like, not just hiding. It makes it safer from porch pirates.
If
The
there's
one guy-
somewhere
yeah.
else you would like us to leave them, tell us.
Tell us. And there's one guy
Ask
who
nicely.
says on his route, he's gotten to know a family, and the wife in the family, the mom, has said, when you deliver them, I'm going to leave my trunk unlocked in my car. If you don't require a signature, can you put
just
them in
put them in
there?
there.
And then and then slam it shut. They're safe and they're hidden in case somebody in the house doesn't need to know what
Perfect.
arrived. And the guy's like, happy to do it because they're the nicest family and they're nice to him. They're nice. So be nice if you want extra, and you'll be surprised how you get that repaid. You may consider your dog friendly, but for everybody's safety, let's not just let your pet run loose.
Exactly.
Like, look, there's a delivery guy here. Go say hi. Maybe they don't want you to come say
Not
hi.
everybody's a dog person.
No. And just because your dog loves you doesn't mean
Exactly.
that they're really happy to
Yep.
see them. Here's one for when it snows here in the wintertime. Make sure your house or apartment numbers are visible.
That's kind of key. You want your packages to arrive.
Yep.
Help them out. Make
In the
sure
right
that
place.
they can see what house is what.
And you tapped on point 7 to jump ahead is be considerate leaving outside light on, because at this time of year it's dark all the time.
We mentioned today's the shortest day of the year. This time of year, it does get darker early, and they're going to be out later delivering. So yes, make sure your house is visible. Make sure the address is visible.
And one of the delivery drivers himself had said that he broke this rule, and it wasn't until he started doing it he realized it. Because in a long laneway, like where you live, off the grid,
Yes.
think Yellowstone, she lives off the
Not
grid.
quite, I wish.
The house numbers on the mailbox at the end of the driveway are only on one side.
Yes.
It should be on both sides, because you don't know in which direction
They're
the
going to be
delivery is
coming
coming from. So he said, I lived in a long laneway, and until I became a delivery driver, I realized I should go. So he put the address on both sides of the mailbox.
That was very thoughtful of
Yes,
him.
and again, in reflective numbers, again, at night. Clear your walkway, driveway, and stairs. Clear paths of the home, right?
Yep.
So we get that.
Safety.
And finally, please, don't put us in compromising positions.
No, it's funny. After you said this morning, we actually got a message texted in. Yes. They didn't give us their name, but they said,
Of course they didn't.
this person used to go around in numeration. So for voting. So they would go door to door, and they said you would be surprised how many people answered the door in their underwear or less. Drunk or inebriated.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
you don't want to hide. We just said you shouldn't hide from people delivering packages, but if you're not appropriately dressed or in any sort of state of mind, perhaps, to see people, maybe leave a note on the door or
something. Yeah. The one delivery driver who laughed at it, wanted to share her story, said the woman clearly was expecting a different man to be standing on the porch when the doorbell rang. Was clearly not expecting it to be me.
Oh, no.
And he said, I went back into the truck, he said, and I laughed for 5 minutes. He said, and I was tempted to stay to see who showed up after. Or whether she said,
wow.
You said you'd be here at 2 o'clock. Well, the delivery guy showed up at 2 o'clock. And anyway, thanks. So they would appreciate it if you would think twice before you answer the door like that. Coming up on the show tomorrow, speaking of Burger Revolution, we'll be unveiling our final Throwback Thursday ahead of Christmas.
Yes.
Got a great theme and 2 great songs, and I think we're going to lean heavy Team Charity this week.
You think?
That's a big song.
It is. I'm not going to deny it. Yes.
Big song. Yeah.
It is a big song. But yours is a beautiful song. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
On this show, Big beats beauty.
Yeah.
On this show. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think is going to happen.
All right.
So your chance to vote on those will be unveiling those songs tomorrow. And then we're going to talk about something as we get, now back into, possibly working from home in some areas with the numbers going up and so we got the NHL canceling games, things are happening. What are the big perks that workers want in 2022? Because the questions that's asked at the end of this story, I'm going to jump right to the end before we talk about it on the air and on the podcast tomorrow, is when the pandemic's over, are we going to go back to the way it was? Or are workers going to be used to some of the perks that they've gotten? The flexibility that they've had in their jobs.
We've heard about things that they'd like to carry over. Yeah.
Are we going to go backwards? How much farther can we go, and how much farther are we going to go in 2022 to ensure that the workforce remains motivated and effective? And so we're going to touch on some of those. I was really surprised. They said, for example, perks used to be free lunch and foosball tables. Perks aren't like that anymore. Now people want safety and flexibility. So we'll tap on some of those tomorrow on the show and as we get into the podcast tomorrow. Smart and Charity Coffee Podcast here on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and right here on our social media sites. You can contact us 24/7 by text if you have an AMA or want to wish us a happy holidays. We'll wish it to you right back at 613-962-0955. Happy first day of winter, unless you're living in Australia. Happy summer, mate.